So. Hey, Scotty, can you hear me over the internet? Well, good evening, everybody, and welcome to week 4 of the COVID-19 Rag Chew. Live streaming on YouTube again this evening, and if anyone's out there listening on YouTube, if you could let me know whether I'm actually got sound coming out through YouTube. I just want to verify before I get too far. I was doing some playing around, so I'm not sure whether I still got the microphone set up correctly or not. I think I do, but I just want to make sure. And let's see, with any news today? I don't think any news today or over the weekend. I mean, I think the government is increasing their restrictions on where we can go. I know you can't go to places like Canadian Tire or Home Depot or Lowe's or places like that. It's all curbside pickup now, but that'll make it interesting. I was going to go up on the weekend and get some pipe, but I couldn't. So, oh, good. I'm good on YouTube. Thank you, Ping Pong 85. I love that. I wonder who that is, but that's great. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Great, guys. Thanks for coming back to me on YouTube. Anyways, this is Laird VE3LKS, and at this point, let me just get my Excel spreadsheet up here. And we will start taking check-ins for the Rag Chew this evening. If you want to join in, here's your opportunity.
VE3RMK. Victor Alpha 3, Delta Charlie Echo. Victor Alpha 3, Papa Whiskey Juliet. VA3, Romeo Tango Victor. VA3 AMP in the Lazy Boy.
In the Lazy Boy.
3 Tango Papa Sierra. VE3 Victor Golf Juliet. VE3 HIX. VA3 KJI. VE3 CRU.
I'm always afraid to reach for my microphone because whenever I do, the more guys pop in and I got to drop it and hit the keyboard again. Okay, very good, gentlemen. Wow, we got 10 guys checking in already, and there's a few on YouTube. So I've recorded VE3RMK Ken, VA3 DCE Doug, VE3 PWJ Peter, VA3 RTV Jeffrey, VA3 AMP Alex in the Lazy Boy chair. Yeah, that's totally startled me. I thought you'd be sound asleep right now, Alex. VA3 TPS Steve, way up there in Fenelon Falls. Joe, VE3 VGJ in the Greater Bowmanville area, like Alex. VE3 HIX Bob. VA3 KJI, I'm not familiar with that call, but we will get your name in a minute. And VE3 CRU Bill. I may have missed some because there was like a mini pileup. So if I did, please come now.
VE3 CWR. VE3 ITX.
Okay, I acknowledge Gerard, VE3CWR, and Cam, VE3IGX. And with that, we will go back to the top of the list, and we'll start out with Ken. Good evening, Ken. And how's everything going over in Whitby this evening?
Good evening, Laird, and everybody on the net. Nothing startling to report. It was a beautiful day. Managed to get some trees pruned outside, And in my continued operations in the shop, I found a power supply. It's on a board. It's got everything from 5 volts to 38 volts. I'm just looking at it thinking that it may not have a lot of use unless somebody has something. I think I may just take it for the enameled wire for winding some transformers over.
Okay, very good. Well, I guess the guys that are on right now, they can respond with if it's of interest to them, they may be able to work out a deal with you. And if not, as you say, there's always the spare part factor. Those can come in handy, especially with the price of copper, and especially with the lack of being able to get into anywhere to find something. I don't know how you guys are, but sometimes I like to actually be able to get in there and see it and feel it and touch it and see what it's actually like before I buy it. But I think those days are going to be gone for the next little while. Very good, Ken. Glad you're making some progress there. VA3 DCE Doug, way up in Uxbridge.
Good evening, Laird. Nice to talk to you again. It's been a nice day here. Nothing special happening. That's good. That makes for a very pleasant day. Very quiet thing. Looking forward to lots of good ideas over the air tonight of things that I need to do tomorrow. Take it back, Laird.
Okay, very good. Well, ideas what you can do tomorrow. Well, you can start out having a nap, and then once you wake up, you can go walk around the car park, chase those ladies, and then go have another nap. Anyways, very good, Doug. Yeah, it's getting harder and harder to find things to do. I think people who are home and not don't have any work to do in that, or you can only clean your windows so many times before you wear the glass out. Peter, VE3 PWJ.
Hey, good evening, Larry, and everybody on net. You got a good start there for sure tonight. So we're just sort of hanging around in here today to keep away from this virus that's out there. So we're just been on the treadmill and all that kind of stuff and reading a book or two, and that's what we've been up to. So we'll throw her back to you there, Larry. I think you're going to have a great net there tonight.
You read a book or two. They must have had a lot of pictures in them, did they?
Well, one did was on the history of the Corvette, and it was basically all pictures that was in it, so it didn't take a whole long time to go through that one.
Very good, but that's one you'll go through several times, so that's good. Cool. I've always been tempted. My sister lives in Nashville, and I've always been tempted to see if there's a time when they're open for tours and plan a trip around that, But so far that's never worked out. VA3 RTV Jeffrey, did you get out on your motorcycle today?
Yes, good evening, Laird and everybody else. I did get on my bike just for a very short while, but before that I was actually working in the garden, trying to get ahead of it. So yeah, it was a very nice day, and we'll get back to you a bit later. Thanks so much.
Excellent, excellent. Yeah, I didn't get outside too much today. Unfortunately, I'm still working, but at least I was at home working, which was nice. But it was a beautiful day out there. I got out a few times and to get some fresh air, and got to take advantage of that when you get it. VA3 AMP Alex.
VA3 AMP and the Lazy Boy 1. Yeah, nice hat you got there, Laird. Yeah, I just thought I'd throw that comment in. I won't be on very long because I got to get up early in the morning. So if I fall off during the conversation, I like to do that there, I'm gone to bed early. Back to you.
Okay, very good, Alex. Where are you off to early in the morning?
I got to be in for 5:30, go to Kingston in the morning, then run up down Peterborough a couple times afterwards in a different truck. Yeah, got work this week. We'll see what happens for next week.
Yes, and regarding the hat, I like this hat. I know a guy, and he hooked me up. And although he had a hat that I really liked, but he didn't hook me up for that one, sadly. Anyways, let's see. VA3 TPS Steve up in Fenland Falls.
Well, good evening, Laird, and to everybody on frequency. Another good crowd going, I see. Well, it was a nice weekend, lots of time outside. Beautiful weather today and yesterday. Part of the weekend with the rain, but lots done outside. It's a never-ending battle with all the chores outside, but we're slowly getting it done. Had a nice barbecue tonight. And, I just mentioned, Laird, that you were looking for a webcam that you had mentioned on Facebook. I saw a video there last week. So, it wasn't right, but it's all the time. And they're missing a go with expensive CSR or DLR or whatever that's called. This is one of the better ones, the Logitech Brio. That's hard to get right now, so everybody wants it. That's what he was recommending. Anyways, that's what all I got to report. Back to it.
Okay, very good, Steve. Do you mind sending me just a quick email after the net with that information? I think you said Logitech Brio, but I couldn't quite make it all out. But if you could just send me a quick link, that'd be awesome. And I know Bob IRB has one that I could possibly loan from him to try out. So yeah, I just wanted to look for something. I would like ideally something that I can record stuff onto as well. But if, as I said, normal webcams are almost impossible to find right now because as soon as everyone had to work home, everyone went to Staples and Canada Computers and Best Buy and wiped them all out. So I figured, well, I'll do the next best thing and get something that is multi-purpose. But no, I appreciate that, Steve. Thanks for looking. Thanks for keeping me in mind, and look forward to seeing exactly what it is. And I have a question for you. I know Fenland Falls. It sounds like it's Fenlin, but when you look at the how it's written, isn't it like Fenelon? How is that go? How does that go?
Well, it depends on how much you had to drink. Most people just say Fenland Falls, and after a few beers, it's Fenelon Falls. So it's usually one or the other out there.
But isn't Fenelon Falls the proper spelling?
You're right. The E is in there, but most people it's silent. But the odd time you hear someone use the word Fenelon Falls, but most people just say Fenelon Falls.
Node VA3BAH connected to node 27838.
Alrighty then. Our friend Brian's coming in from Kingston. Okay, thanks for that geography lesson there, Steve. And so all you other people out there, now you know the reason between the spelling of Fenelon Falls and the pronunciation of Fenland Falls. Yeah. Let's see. Next on our list is Joe, VE3VGJ. And what kind of trouble have you been up to today?
Good evening, Laird, and everybody on frequency. Oh, no, not too much trouble. Had some fun at work today, replacing some old equipment, some more old equipment. And, had a good visit with you guys Saturday there at White Feather Farms. Nice to see everybody and, of course, keep our social distance and all that sort of stuff. And it was nice that we got back home and filled a bunch of brown bags, and now they're out in the street to pick up tomorrow. I just want to pass this on, too. Tomorrow, the 7th and the 8th, is the Super Bowl. And apparently it's going to be 14% bigger and 30% brighter. So if you can get a chance to see it.
Node VA3BAH connected to node 27838.
Tuesday evening there. So,
Node VA3BAH disconnected.
And you mentioned the name of Fenland Falls. It's kind of like Curtis and Cortese. The way people pronounce Curtis.
Okay, very good. Yes, it's interesting how even GPSs have different names for different things. So the next time I'm going up around Fenelon Falls, I'm gonna have to see what the GPS says because sometimes they come up with something else that no one's ever heard of before. Very good, Joe. And just a question: did you do any antenna work on the weekend?
Yes, I did. I did quite a bit of it. Set up some, checking a few things there, and try to get a vertical dipole thing, 6 meter one going. And I had a nightmare. Could not get it tuned up for the nano, and not sure what it is. Something wrong with the antenna or whatever. But did a lot of work on that, and just clean things up around the yards, the wiring, and everything else. So yes, I did. Back to you.
Okay, very good. Let's see, Bob, VE3HIX.
Good evening, Laird, and everyone else. I hope everybody had a great weekend. I was out for the first time today in a while by car. Just a couple of stops. Went to drop off some my tax papers into a lockbox after the appropriate phone calls, of course, so they can pick it up from there. And now that I got all the papers to do it, do a tax preparation, and then over to a motorcycle dealer. Stayed outside, phoned them first, and they came in and opened the trunk of the car and got out a tube and a tire and a wheel, and took it out from there. And hopefully they'll give me a call when it's ready. And I just want to ask yourself, did you get the tubing to put up your antenna mast over?
No, unfortunately, I didn't. But I'm going to order it and do a curbside pickup, one of those like drug deal type affairs at Home Depot, and there's a few other things I need to get to. So it'll work out. Yeah, I just ran out of time. Got doing too many other things and ran out of time. And I figured, well, I'm gonna have to do curbside pickup sooner or later. So I'll give it a shot on something easy. You know, I have a hard time believing they could mess that up. Anyways, I'll let you know how that goes. Hopefully, I'll do it later this week. And down to Grant, VA3KJI. Good evening, Grant, and welcome to the Rag Chew. And Grant's also from Bowmanville. Man, we got quite a contingent from the greater Bowmanville area this evening.
Yeah, good evening, Laird and everybody. Before I get too rambling, you want to give me a radio check on this thing, Laird? It's the first time I've actually ever talked on it. Over.
Well, considering you're in Bowmanville, you're not doing too bad. Bowmanville's a hole, and it's hard to get out of. And I can understand you perfectly. Maybe a bit of hiss in the background, but nothing that I would be worried about, especially since you're in Bowmanville.
Okay, just pump the power up high. I'm going to change back to my normal radio. This is one of these Chinese knockoffs I bought a couple of years ago, and it's a quad band TYT. And it's not really a hole. I've lived here 32 years, and we kind of like it. Over.
Actually, when you bumped it up, it sounds perfect now. No, I wasn't. I wasn't referring to Bowmanville as being a hole in a negative context like that. I mean, it seems to be a black hole for radio signals. They just don't get out too well.
I know. It was actually the same for cell phones. It still is. I'm over by the zoo, and if you head down the road, talking on the phone, it'll drop out on you. And it's been that way forever. Anyway, like I said in my email to you a couple of weeks ago, glad to be back in Canada. We were still supposed to be in Cuba for another week, but pulled that short. And I tell you, if you're ever going to get ill, I think where we live is the place you want to be. Not that any of us expect that, but anyway, I won't hold it, Laird, but I will be here monitoring, and I'll switch back to my good old Kenwood there for round 2. Over.
Okay, very good, Grant. So not only do you live in a hole, but you live by the zoo. Now there's a lot of fodder. Anyways, glad to have you in here, and glad you made it home safely from Cuba. Bill, VE3CRU.
Laird, the E3CRU here. Tonight is the 144 sprint. That is an event 7 to 11 o'clock. Simplex only. FM is welcome, but simplex only. And the simplex frequency is prime 146520. Again, the old calling frequency 146520. If it's busy, you can move up. But what I suggest is that everybody after the net go to 146520. See who you can hear. You may hear Americans, you may hear others that you may not be able to work because of your antenna. And then call out and see who you can work. All you need to give is your grid and their grid. Now, if you're south of Columbus Road, I'll say south of Winchester Road, you're in Fox November 03. If you're north of Columbus Road, you're in Fox November 04, including the repeater and including our guys up in the boonies up north. So they say, record your grid, record their grid, and in the end I'll tell you, tell you how it's all set up. We can do that in the forthcoming night. But I had somebody come here trimming in the trees along the back of my property on the south side. He literally scalped them for the first 15 feet of the 30 to 40 foot trees, but they sure got a lot of the garbage out of them too. So I didn't have time to get it set up here with a rotational antenna and with higher power. So I'm QRP 5 watts. Back to that.
Okay, very good, Bill. Maybe some of us will have to do that then. It was interesting. I tried to go to 14652 on one of my radios, and it wouldn't do it. And then I found out I did some digging in it, and I had the steps wrong, so it wouldn't change to that frequency. Changed it, and now it's good to go. Okay, perfect. Well, I'll give that a shot. I'm pretty good where I am, so I may have a chance of getting stuff. Let's see. I had Lois is checking in as an SWL, although you should just go to Jeffrey and take the mic out of his hand and key up and chat with us, Lois. You can use this call sign. Jack's trying to get in from Lindsay, but he's not able to connect on All-Star. Let me see. Brian is asking if All-Star is down. Brian, you did connect once. Actually, you connected twice, and then you disconnected, and then that was it. So you were on, but somehow you got lost there. I'm not sure. And you can't really do much right now in the middle of that. We'll put you in the log, though, and we'll put Lois in the log as well, and anybody else on the YouTube. And with that, we will go down to Gerard, VE3CWR. How did your meeting go today, Gerard?
Tomorrow, Laird, tomorrow, and thank you very much for your help there on Saturday. She's all happy about it. I didn't do much today. Went over to the mail, walked around, did the floors down here, vacuums and stuff in the radio room. I got the radio room pretty well cleaned up a bit. She said, "Oh, I have to do a bit better." But anyway, I'm looking forward to tomorrow. I get to take the truck out and go to St. Denis and Oshawa and pick up a few pallets of canned goods and stuff for the food bank. So kind of looking forward to that.
Yes, you don't take getting out and about for granted until all of a sudden you can't do it, and you got to second guess yourself every time you do. But yeah, that's good. I'm glad you're going to be able to get out and get that done. And just letting anyone know that we still have a few more people here to get to, and then we'll do another call for check-ins as well. If anybody is, oh, look at that. I think Mert's on here. Hi, Mert. And if anybody is just listening, you can go to YouTube, and we got our live stream going. Just go to YouTube and put in my call sign, VE3 Lima Kilowatt Sierra, and you'll see the live stream. And Lois, I still need to know whether Fenland Falls High School was your was your high school. I wasn't quite sure which location you were talking about, whether it was Bowmanville or Fenland Falls. And with that, we will go down to Cam, VE3IGX.
Well, good evening to everybody on the net tonight. I got Black Pearl out yesterday afternoon for a little run to get the cobwebs off of her and out of my head. And this afternoon, it was so nice, the wife and I went out for a ride on her for about an hour, which was very nice. So with that, we'll give it on back to you, Larry.
Oh, okay. So are you Captain Jack then? Okay, someone's trying to get in, but you can barely make out. There's a lot of static in that, but we'll try again in a few minutes. Cam, just a quick question: Are you Captain Jack?
Nope, just Cam.
Oh, okay, because I thought you called your bike the Black Pearl, and I think that's the name of a ship in one of the one of those crazy Pirates of the Caribbean movies.
Well, I call her Black Pearl because she's black metallic on the top and intense red pearl on the bottom. Therefore, Black Pearl.
Oh, very good. You'll have to send us a few pictures sometime. Oh, good. Glad you were able to get on the bike today, Cam. BA3, BAH Brian, I don't think you've been able to reconnect again, but I'll give you a shout here just in case. Okay, nothing heard from Brian. What about Darren, VE3NMD? He checked in on YouTube, but I haven't heard him on the radio. Are you here, Darren? Okay, nothing heard from Darren. That station just a moment ago, that was very noisy. Do you want to give it another shot? Okay, nothing heard. So at this point, guys, we're going to take a standby and see if anybody else would like to jump onto the COVID-19 rag chew. If so, here's your opportunity. Come on in.
V3 IRB Tango. V3 RPM. V3 DKW. Nope. We're gonna be.
Okay, I'll tell you who I copied. I copied VE3IRB Robert, someone whose call sign ended with a T, VE3RPN Scott, VE3DKW, that's going to be Mark and Rylan, and I think it was Darren also, VE3NMD. Darren, was that you I heard in there as well? Okay, I guess not. So the other stations that we're trying to get in, please come now.
Victor Echo 3 kilowatt Zulu Tango.
Okay, I copy John, VE3KZT. Is there anybody else before we continue on down the list here? Okay, nothing heard. We're up to 18 check-ins this evening, fellas, so things are going well. And more messages coming in on YouTube. That's good. Let's see. I'll go back up to, well, it wasn't Darren. I'm just going to give one more shot for Darren here. VE3NMD. Okay, nothing heard for Darren. Let's see. I just got a message. He's radioless. Oh man, that's horrible. You got to get that fixed, man. How did that happen? Send me a YouTube text so I know what's going on. I hope it's not serious. Uh, let's see, Robert VE3IRB and Bob. Just letting you know, I did get your message about the webcam, and yeah, maybe if you could send me the make and model. I think it's a Logitech, but if you can send me the model, I'll check the specs on it, and then if you don't mind, if it looks like it's something that I can work with, if you don't mind, if I can borrow it for a day or two. Over to you, Bob. VE3IRB VE3LKS.
V3IRB. Yes, I'll look that up. It didn't really have much of any information on it. For example, resolution, it just said megapixel. I don't know whether it means 1 megapixel or whether that's the model. I'll see if I've got the box for it. I tend to have such things, but maybe not because I've had that one for a long time. But I'll look at it and see what I can find. Other than that, I just wanted to say hi to everybody. I'm just messaging somebody on Facebook and they're tuned in as well. So hi, Jeff. And back to you.
Oh, very good. Yes. And we have someone online named Ping Pong, apparently. If the fellow Ping Pong, do I know you? And if so, just put a little message there how I know you, so I know who I'm talking, who's on there. Just curious, that's all. Let's see. John, BE3KZT, good evening.
Good evening to everyone on that. Hope everyone's in good shape, staying safe. I just dug another radio out of the mothballs here. Just hooked it up to an antenna. You might make a comment on the audio. And then I got to go to dinner. So VE3KZT, back to net.
Well, it survived the mothballs very well, John, and the audio sounds perfect. So you got yourself another winner there.
7 trees. Well, I'm going to put this one mobile, hopefully. 7 trees scheduling.
Okay, very good. Well, thanks for checking in this evening, John, and have a good dinner. VE3LKS, VE3KZT. And Scotty, you're next on the list. Good evening.
LKS, V3RPN. Good evening to you and everybody on frequency. And lovely rag you, as usual. You're winding them out just like home runs there. Very good, very good. And yep, I took Peter's advice today, and I had some hockey equipment stuff I wore on the lower end like work as one of those masks, and when I wore it into shoppers, they said it was unacceptable and set me out. I don't know if I'm gonna have to ask Peter why, but I thought that kind of equipment was okay. Anyway, I wasn't a goalie, so it wasn't that part. What else is there? Yeah, watch out for the gas stations again there, guys. My son went to work there at Vaughan. He's whatever he is out there. He's a director of some sort, but his building's right across from I think it was Petrocam, but I'm not sure. But anyways, the hazmat people were there, and there was the confirmation with the chap that came in there with that wonderful COVID-19 there. So his building is also being decontaminated as I speak. And this was the day he had to go up and get his new phone from his company. So it wasn't a good day. He said, Dad, I wiped everything down as soon as I got in the car. Anyway, keep up the good work. We'll be listening there. The 3RPN. Thanks, sir.
Very good, Scotty. Yeah, I think at this point you have to assume that everything's contaminated and you just have to clean all the time. At least that's what I've been doing. Better safe than sorry. I've got a spray bottle of alcohol in the car. As soon as I get in, I spray my hands and rub them really good. And if I have anything, I'll clean it a bit. And as I say, you just got to err on the side of caution and just clean everything. My hands, I think I could do a Palmolive commercial. Change my name to Madge and I'll be a movie star. Young guys won't get that. Let's see. Who's next on the list? I guess we're down to Mark and Ryland, VE3DKW. Good evening.
Yeah, good evening to everybody on the net today. What a glorious day it was. Nice and sunny. I think myself, I got a little bit of a sunburn, maybe.
Ooh.
Yeah, so Ryland's lawn tractors that he usually does is pulling competitions throughout the year. When he does that, it's canceled this year, so
Oh no.
we did get some modifications done to this tractor, and got a foot pedal throttle installed today. So we may have had a little family test drive today, so that was good. So other than that, it was good fun day, and we stayed in the public, so it was good. Anyways, we'll turn it back to everybody and wait to hear more.
Okay, very good. Well, sorry to hear about the competitions being canceled, but we're definitely going to have more information on this lawn tractor pulling competitions, and maybe a few pictures and some video, and we could play it some night, maybe during the club meeting night. When is that, anyways? We're usually the third Tuesday, so this is the first. This is going to be the first Tuesday, isn't it? Yeah, I think this is going to be the first Tuesday. So we got a couple more weeks to go, but that sounds cool. And what size of engine does that sucker have on it?
Yeah, normally, well, depends. You can actually run like the stock ones. We had a V-twin that Ryland started with, but the transmissions weren't very strong. So this year he's upgraded to an older tractor, but it's only a single-cylinder Kohler engine on it, which is all cast iron, but it's hydraulically driven. So it should be an interesting competition this year, if it ever does get going. Yeah.
Well, stick a mag mount and a radio on it and get some action shots around the yard for us. That'd be awesome. Let's see. VA3 IMR Mert, he's on the side. And Mert, we need to get you a radio. Where you live, are you above ground? Like, are you in an apartment where you can put like an antenna in the window and it would face somewhat north? Because if so, maybe we should loan you a radio so you can get on the nets. Just send me a text there on the YouTube, and maybe we can see about getting you on the air. And with that being said, I'll take another standby and see if anybody wants to join in the rag chew this evening. Just got my Excel spreadsheet ready. Cap locks is on. So if you do, please come now. This is VE3 LKS. Okay, no one came back, so we'll get started again at the top of the list. But before we do, I got a couple QSL cards this week. One of them is from K4IIA, and he's from Okeechobee, Florida. And when I made the contact with him, did it go to focus? Yeah, when I made the contact with him, I let him know that I have relatives that live down there in Okeechobee. And so he sent me a QSL card, and I've got one made up for him to send back. So that was interesting. And then I got my second QSL card now from KA6LMS. That's from the TV show Last Man Standing. I'm getting an awful glare there, but I'm not sure how I can get around that. But this is from the set of Last Man Standing. It's a comedy show. It's on Fox every Thursday night with Tim Allen. And they actually have a functioning radio station on set. On his set, he's got one in his office and one at home in his basement office, at least on the set. And they're both functioning stations, and they fire them up, and local radio clubs come in and use them once in a while and make contacts. So I made earlier this year, I made a DMR contact with them using the Radioddity GD77. Scott, do you have one of those yet? And Then this last QSL card was for working FT8. Anyways, with that boring information out of the way, we'll head back up to the top to Ken, VE3RMK. Oh, I hope I didn't put him to sleep. We'll come back to Ken in a few minutes. Doug, VA3 DCE.
Hi, Laird. Those two QSL cards are definitely keepers. A good pair. Good. I'm officially depressed now. I was texting back and forth to my daughter in Thunder Bay, and she's thinking of going camping in her trailer because they're all surrounded by crown land out there. And all we've got is 4-foot wide sidewalks or 3-foot wide sidewalks. And she's got all kinds of crown land, and they've even closed off the ATV trails down here, so we can't even get out on an ATV trail. So I'm going to be depressed for a while, but I'm sure I'll get over it very soon.
Well, Doug, I may have a solution for you. You've got a pickup truck with a trailer and an ATV. Could you not go up there and join her and just like camp in the next, like camp 20 or 30 feet away and at least get somewhat close?
I'd like to get pulled over on the road for not being part of the group that's supposed to stay home. Anyway, yeah, good idea, Larry. What's the thought anyway? Maybe I won't be depressed for long now. Okay, Larry, back to you.
Okay, very good, Doug. Now, someone just came in on All-Star, so let me just take a break because I know Jack was trying to get in, and so was Brian. So the party coming in on All-Star, go ahead.
Node VA3BAH disconnected.
Okay, well, that was Brian, and he just disconnected again. Okay, very good. Well, we'll give you a shot in a few more minutes, Brian. Let's see, VE3, I can't read my own typing. PWJ, Peter, I need to make the font bigger.
A lot of information around there tonight, there. So let's probably tomorrow's try and stay out of the line of fire as far as this virus is concerned. And do a few more things around here. It's getting pretty scary in some places down in the States, is what I'm telling you. It's amazing. They were trying to, it's on the news tonight, they're still not sure where this thing originated. They have a pretty good idea, but they're trying to find out exactly in China where this actually came from. So that could be kind of interesting. Over to you, Laird.
Oh, yeah, I don't know. I don't want to sound like a conspiracy nut, but I don't put a lot of faith in the Chinese government, and I don't put a lot of faith in the World Health Organization. So between the two, even if they came out and said something, I'd have a hard time believing them. But that's just me being skeptical, I guess. What is it say? What's the old saying? If it walks like a duck and quacks like a duck. But oh well. It'd be nice if they could pinpoint it, but yeah. Good luck with that, anyways. I hope they are able to do that for the best of humanity and not just to cover their own backsides. Let's see. Jeffrey, VA3 RTV with the lovely Lois. And I don't think Lois has responded to me yet. So did Lois go to school in Fenland Falls?
Yes, and Lois is actually listening in on YouTube, so maybe she will send you a little note there. And also, if John, Brad, and Chris, if they're listening in, hello to them. Just one little note. You can tell I'm bored. I've been looking at some of the things I have in the basement that I haven't resurrected for like 30 years, and one of them was a B&O turntable. One side of the cartridge had gone high resistance, so I checked on eBay and what have you, and they want anywhere between 250 and 1,250 for a replacement cartridge. So I made my own. I took a ceramic cartridge and modified it and made it fit into the very narrow sleek tone arm, and it's working a treat. And the other thing I would like to mention, when Robert, when it comes round to your turn, I wondered if you were able to get onto the 83.885 about the restoring of the old radios. And with that, back to you, Les. Thanks very much.
Okay, I don't know if I missed it or whether you just didn't tell me, but was Lois her high school? Was that Fenland Falls or Bowmanville?
No, she was at Fenland Falls, so I'm hoping she'll just invite you onto the YouTube channel there and tell you all about it. Thanks.
Yes, or she can come up. She can come bonk you on the head and take the microphone and chat too. Anyways, very good. Thanks for that information, Jeffrey. And oh, Brian Hopkins, he's rebooting his tablet. This is getting serious. He wants to get in. Good luck with that, Brian. I hope you're able to do it. Let's see. Alex, VA3AMP, are you still with us? And I mean, not that you would have passed on, but I mean, are you still awake?
I'm still awake, listening to the conversation and all that. Interesting people. Well, I hate to be a party pooper, but 4:30 is coming early and it's a busy day tomorrow. Happens when you get old, you know. You need your rest. So we'll say 7-3 and catch everybody later. VA3 and Peakburn.
Okay, very good. Yeah, 4:30. Well, that's early. That's early for just about anybody in our club except for Joe. Joe's on about his third cup of coffee by then. Hi. Very good, Alex. Well, safe driving out there on the road tomorrow. And just out of curiosity, have you noticed a huge reduction in the traffic on the highway?
Oh yeah, I was at Aaron Mills South down on the 403 QEW, and I was able to get to Belleville within an hour. Now, if that was a regular day, that'd be about an hour and a half or more, or just because of the traffic.
Very good. Well, at least that's a plus, and you're not constantly shifting and making your left leg extremely huge from double clutching all the time. Although you may have an automatic transmission now, but safe driving, my friend, and hope you can make it again this week several times. And with that, let's see, Steve, VA3 TPS.
Okay, Larry. Very good. Great group conversation going tonight. I got some excitement tomorrow. I just got my email. My order is ready at Canadian Tire, so I get to go pick that up, drive up, they throw it back to my truck, and I drive away. Can't beat that. And just another reminder for the upcoming weekend, the Ontario QSO party is on for some hours on Saturday and Sunday. So if you guys aren't doing anything, girls, they want to go to the points with some of the contesters, say hello to some of the Ontario hams. We've got a very large number of Canadian and Ontario hams on the internet contest. Other than that, Larry, not for myself. Back to you.
Okay, very good, Steve. Well, on days like this, I really envy you, man. I told my boss, I jokingly sent my boss an email message today asking her if I could, if I had to submit a proposal for the gazebo and the hot tub for the backyard, or whether I just had to submit the receipts once I had it installed. Since it looks like I'll be working from home for a while, that could be classified as office renos. And of course, she just laughed at me. I don't know why. She never takes me seriously. But yeah, I envy you guys. They're living up there on the lakes, and nothing like being on the water. So I'm glad you're enjoying it up there. Joe, VE3VGJ.
Yeah, still here, Laird, and that'll be my third cup of tea. I'm a bit of a tea granny. And just a reminder there, folks, there are 2 years since that Humboldt crash there with all the hockey players were killed. Very unfortunate. 2-year anniversary today. And you mentioned you're doing your antenna work there. What do you need from Home Depot? What are you having to get? Because I got
there's a shortage of shaving razors. I'll trade you a razor. I got some extra here. I'll trade you a razor for a roll of toilet paper if you want. Back to you.
Jealousy will get you nowhere, Joe. Very good. Yes, I haven't shaved for a few days, maybe about a week now. I do shave here though, and down here. And the first time I shaved, it was like just about ripping my face apart. It felt like, even with shaving cream on it. But I'm just gonna let it go just for the heck of it, and see what it does. So far, it's coming in all gray. It looks like. I don't know why that is. I'm not that old, am I? But very good. And yes, as far as the tea goes, every night I either have a decaf or a what's the tea I have is a ginger peach, and I just love that stuff. And they say it's good to have lots of warm drink for this virus, because it'll actually, if you do have any virus particles in your mouth, it'll wash it down to your stomach, and your stomach just wipes that crap right out. Oh, sorry, wipes that stuff right out. Sorry about that slip. And so that's good. But yeah, I'll let you know later on, Joe, whether I need the razor blades or not. VE3HIX, Bob.
Yeah, I hadn't noticed the beard. That's great. Only tried that once in my life and it didn't work. It all grew in the same counterclockwise direction. Let's see. The only other half interesting thing I've done today is the one day a year that I maintain all of my outdoor equipment. That is the lawnmowers and weed whippers and trimmers and blowers and all that stuff. Tuning and changing oil and cleaning things up. So I managed to get that all done in one day. Not the boat. We got to get back out in that boat again this summer, and it's all set to go at any time. So when the weather breaks and the virus breaks, we can get back out there as soon as possible. Looking forward to it and seeing you there. So back to you, Laird, VE3HIX.
Oh, very good, Bob. Yes. Well, you keep that boat in such good shape, and I imagine you keep all your other equipment in like shape too. But so you probably don't have a lot to do, but it's good. It's good to do the routine. I know on the weekend I did some, I guess you would call it summarizing of the snowblower. I flipped her up, took the belly pan off, and there's um, a long bar that goes side to side in there, and it's for your gears. And it was getting a bit sticky. Like, to change gears, it was getting sticky. And so what you do is you go in there, and if it's getting a bit rusty, you take like a 600 grit and you sand it off a bit. Mine was just a bit gummy, so I cleaned off the bar, and then I applied some white lithium. Of course, I couldn't find a speck of white lithium in my garage, and my go-to guy across the street, who, if I don't have it, he does, and vice versa, he didn't have a speck of lithium, so I ended up having to go over to TSC on Sunday, and of course, I had to stop at Skylight to pick up a coffee, and then got into TSC, and I found, I think there was only like two little squeeze bottles of it left, and that did the trick. And now it can switch gears no problem, and it's I just need to do some painting on it, but I'll do that maybe sometime this week, and then put it away for the summer. Anyways, that was rambling on an awful lot. Brian, BA3BAH, he wants me to see if he can get in now. Go ahead, sir. Okay, nothing heard from Brian. I do believe we're having a problem with our controller, Brian. So after the net, we'll have to reboot it and see if we can get it going again. With that, let's see. We left off with Bob, so down to Grant, VA3KJI.
Hey, Laird, still here. Switched radios. I don't know if this is any better. Hopefully it is. This is my main boat anchor. Yeah, not much bad. Just been hanging out in the house like everybody else, of course. We go out for walks and jump off the sidewalk into the traffic when people are coming and all that kind of safe stuff. But back 3 weeks, a little over 3 weeks now. We've been out once for groceries, so it's we're really doing this stay in, hide, you're not going to catch it thing. Over.
Well, very good. Yeah, I imagine the first 2 weeks you were probably in that mandatory seclusion. So yeah, it's interesting. As I said a couple nights ago, it makes you think twice about going out. You take it for granted. Like, I mean, I've got a grocery store about a kilometer away, and if I come home and Connie needs something, I just hop back in my car and go get it. But now it's like, okay, well, let's wait till we have a list. We got all sorts of food. We don't need to have that necessarily, and we'll wait till we get a list going and do that. So, but I'm assuming you're out of your quarantine, right?
Yeah, we did 2 weeks of self quarantine just to make sure, and then I guess the third week just ended. Yeah, we got home three weeks ago yesterday. But as my wife, she's rules the roost with an iron fist, so there's no unnecessary trips anywhere. We've done a few grocery orders and that kind of stuff, so it's all good.
Very good. Well, better to be safe than sorry. So that's good, and glad to have you on with us tonight, Grant. VE3 CRU Bill.
Okay, VE3CRU here. Got a few items there. First of all, for the new VE3DKW, I have a souvenir for you from the original VE3 DKW there. Some of it dates back, well, it's the construction amps used and equipment 90 to 100 years ago. They're what they call breadboard construction. And see what else we can dig up for you. Now, as far as the Ontario CUSO party is concerned, I will cover that off later on. We won't do that tonight because we've got a lot of time yet. But having been a rover in it, my soapbox on it says just because ham radio operators were given exemptions at one point there, we should not be on the road. When the police say stay off the road, they mean it. And we are not exempted there because this is not a communications emergency. This is a health emergency. We're dealing with a pandemic. Okay, last but not the last thing on the menu, the event to follow for the sprint. Just a couple of things to note. In a sprint, you don't go on the frequency and say VE3CRU monitoring. You either go on as a contest or saying CQ, the VE3CRU or whatever. Or the other thing, you can throw what you call and you say QRZ. QRZ, for those of you that don't know it, means who is calling. Like with CQ, you say, you're calling, it's seek you, where QRZ is who is calling. So you'll hear me using both. I'll demonstrate by example because, let's face it, I'm a big contester. Anyway, that's it for me. Hope to catch you on 146520. Back to that.
Okay, very good, Bill. Yes, I may switch over there after the net's done and give that a shot. Let's see. I got a report here from Rob Bell. I forgot to change my regular handheld. I can hear on my cell, but I see some are saying they cannot transmit. I will go to my car now and use the radio. Okay, so very good. So if you can't get in, that's why. Perfect. Okay, very good, Bob. Let's see. And thanks for those updates, Bill. Appreciate that. Gerard, VE3CWR.
Yeah, Taylor, very good, guys. Nothing much more to add here. Just been reading the mail on 40 as well. Anyway, everybody have a pleasant evening there. I'll stay by till the end of this one. And take care. God bless. VE3CWR, downtown Bowman.
Very good, Gerard. And just in case there's people on the side listening, I will take a call for final check-ins once I get to the bottom of the list. That's about another 7 or 8 logins here. And if anyone wants to, you can go to YouTube, put in my call sign, VE3LKS, and you can watch us on the live stream. John, sorry, not John, Cam, VE3IGX.
Okay, very good. I was thinking with all the barbershops closed, and if we let our beards grow, by the time this is over, we'll all be a bunch of long-haired, bearded hillbillies. Hi. So with that, I'll say 73 to everybody on the net, and I'll be monitoring to the end. VE3LKS, VE3IGX.
Okay, very good. Yes, we're going to be a scraggly lot, that's for sure. Unless you happen to be living with someone who can cut hair, it's not going to look pretty. Well, here you go. This is why I'm not wearing. Of course, I haven't done my hair probably all day either. I probably just did it once this morning, and that was it. But that's a big improvement. And yeah, it's going to be rough, and probably even more so for the ladies, because they tend to be a bit more vain about their hair. The guys, we couldn't care less half the time, but the ladies, yeah, it's the lineups at the barbershop, at the beauty salons are just going to be huge. Let's see. VA3 BAH was supposed to be next, but he has a question because he can't get in. I have a DMR number, but have forgotten it. Does anyone know how I would go about recovering the number? Is there a registry site? Oh, and then he says, I found it. My DMR number is 3020971. So he answered his own question, which is good, because I would have had to refer to someone like Steve or other guys who are more familiar with that. Perfect. Glad you found it, Brian. And since you can't get in, I will go to the next person on the list. Darren, I got a report from Darren, and the reason why he can't get in, he's not having radio malfunctions. He's down in London helping his parents today, so he'll be back tomorrow night for the net. And let's see, Robert, VE3IRB, were you able to find your car?
VE3IRB, I'm out in the car now. I'll just speak this time, and I'm going to go off the air and go back in the house and listen on the computer. So this will be my final. Yeah, I forgot to charge the battery up.
Did you charge the battery in your car too? Because it just sort of ended abruptly there.
No, what it was is it just occurred to me I should be running the car so I don't kill the battery here, and I went to start the car, and of course I cut through the radio briefly. I've got the car running now. I'll sit out here for a couple minutes and let it run and charge.
Okay, very good, Bob. And I still think you need a black tie with just tiny yellow pinstripe down it so you can match your bicycle. Let's see. Oh, and did you check out that software? Were you able to get that going?
Okay, check out which with it?
The APRS Droid software for your phone.
I already have, no, not the APRS. I've maybe check that tonight. VE3IRB, back to you.
Okay, because then when you're pedaling around town, you can turn that on and we can track you then too. You can run, but you can't hide. John, VE3KZT, are you back from dinner yet? Okay, nothing heard from John. Let's see. VE3RPN Scott.
I learned VE3RPN on the portable. We just switched to the DD77 there, the Radio City radio. Hopefully it's in the repeater nice and clean. And anyway, this will be the final round, I suppose. So good night, one and all, and we'll listen till the end. And thanks again there, Laird. We'll look forward to listening to you there tomorrow and catching up with everybody. Have a great one. Thanks again, and take care.
Okay, sorry for the slow comeback there, fellas. But I just had a message pop up from a Harry, VE3HMF. He's also in the greater Bowmanville area. Man, we got all sorts of hams coming in from Bowmanville this evening. He's not able to QSO right now, but just listening. So he says 73s to all. So Harry, we'll put you in the log. We'll count you as a contact. And thanks for joining us on the Rag Chew. And for anybody who's out there listening, we are doing this every weeknight. That's Monday through Friday at 7 o'clock. And we'll do this for the duration of the COVID-19 outbreak and us being sequestered to home. Once everything's back to normal, we'll just go back to our normal Tuesday night rag chews. But it's just a way to to break the monotony. And by all means, if anybody needs assistance with anything, this is a great place to ask for it, because I'm sure there's guys on here that would help anybody out. And with that, we will go to, where did I leave off? Scott, Mark and Ryland, VE3DKW.
VE3DKW. Thank you, RPN, CNU, sorry, for the souvenir, and talk to you guys on Monday. Oh, yeah.
Very good, Ryland. You're figuring out what a lot of these guys already know. When you're retired, every day is the weekend. Hi. Very good. Well, we appreciate having you and your dad on tonight, and I can't wait to see some pictures of that tractor of yours. Sounds really interesting. And I don't know how hard it is to load up, but maybe if we're able to do our barbecue or our corn roast, maybe a little demo in the parking lot or something. I don't know, just a suggestion. You don't have to do that. Let's see. Mert VA3 IMR was listening, and Harry VE3 HMF was listening. So with that, I will take a final call for check-ins. If anybody wants to be part of this evening's COVID-19 Rag Chew, now's the time to jump in and give us your call sign. Okay, nothing heard. Well, according to my handy-dandy spreadsheet that keeps a running total, we are up to 20 check-ins this evening, which is fantastic. Of course, the Rag Chew wouldn't be the Rag Chew without you guys, so I appreciate everyone taking time out of their busy schedule and at least turning on the radio and checking in or checking in on YouTube. It's been a lot of fun this evening, and looking forward to do it again tomorrow evening. And with that, I'm going to say 73, and I may pop over to 146520 and see if I can at least get hold of Bill. I better do that, and I'll let you guys, if anybody else wants to use a repeater, by all means, it's up for anybody's grab right now. 73s, guys, and I'll chat with you later. VE3LKS will be clear.
Still on frequency, Laird. What was it you're looking for at Home Depot?
Oh, sorry, Joe. I forgot to answer that question. I was looking for its 4-inch white PVC drain pipe, and it's flanged on one end so the pieces fit into each other. And I'm going to order probably 2 sections, maybe 3 sections, and then you get a fence post support. You know those. It's a support that holds like a 4x4 fence post, but it's like a big long spike that you drive into the ground. And so I'm gonna get one of those as well, and that's what Bob uses to put up some of his wire antennas. So I may give that a shot.
Okay, all right. No, I just had a piece or two here of the half-inch PVC. I got a project on the go, but if you're stuck, you're more than welcome to it. I probably won't get around to it for the next week or two, but just if you're stuck. It's a lot smaller than you're looking for. Very good on that. I'd like to see how that's all finished up when you're done.
Okay, very good. Yeah, if I get it, I'll take some pictures and show it to you. And just out of curiosity, is Bob HIX still on frequency?
Yes, VE3HIX. I was just sniffing around 52 simplex to see if anybody else wanted over there. Right here, go ahead, Larry.
Yes, I'm just wondering if you would mind resetting the controller, because apparently no one can get in on All-Star. If I do it, you know, sure as shooting, I'll mess it up. I never seem to get that right. You've got a lot more practice at it than I do. And so if you don't mind, I'll just unkey, and then when you get a minute, maybe you can reset the controller.
Oh, I wrote you a nice book. Okay, I'll give that a shot here in a minute, and then come back in and see if it takes commands, and then see if I can get in through IAX RPT on the PC. So this thing really works. So let's just fire things up here and see how she works. I'll turn it all the way off, go in on it without the controller, and turn it all the way back on again without bypassing the sleep mode, and see where we get from there.
Okay, very good. Greatly appreciated, Bob. And yeah, I'll be over on 5.2 probably in about 5 minutes. So I'll go over there, and I'll stay there for about 10 or 15 minutes and see what I can do. And so hopefully by then you'll have reset, and you can pop over there, and you and I should at least be able to make contact. Thanks a lot, Bob. And Joe, I'll look for you over there too. Anyway, this is VE3 LKS, and I'll be clear.
Yeah, Roger. VE3 DGJ.